Good morning. Happy Friday. Good to see everybody. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. It's live recorded and it's payday. So congrats to all you guys for making it to the end of the week. We're going to be talking about Sam Bankman-Fried takes the trial, and he actually did it with no jury. I guess the judge sent the jury home, which was kind of interesting. And then we do have a video from Altcoin Daily where they got Andrew Tate talking about some NFT stuff. It was kind of interesting to listen to him, to say, like, nonetheless, but yeah, to say the least. I know you guys might not like him, or some people don't like him, but it's interesting to hear other people's takes on things. And we do have some news today. Congratulations to the Dynex team over there. I wish I had my Dynex mug, but I only got the Bitcoin mug. But yes, we have a announcement that Dynex is going to be able to be held on the Tangem wallet, which is amazing. So that should be coming out real soon. I don't know exactly when, but as soon as it releases, I will keep you guys all up to date. All right, let's see who's here in the chat real quick. I want to say thank you to David for the $4.99 super chat. He said, seeing if this works, since I don't have the option to join as a member, I assume. I want to say check your settings, because I remember that you can't be gifted a membership unless you have the setting turned on. So I'm wondering if the actual join option is the same thing. So that could solve your problem. Dynex pump, says Alvidus. Yes, maybe. I can't wait to get my Dynex hoodie. You guys see this thing? Look at this. What do you think about this hoodie? How sick is this? Just came in yesterday. Totally pumped about it. I got that in the store if you guys are interested, but I have a Dynex HODL hoodie that I'm going to order. Actually, I was supposed to order yesterday. I forgot. I got it all in my cart. I wanted to order a few more things, so I'm getting that as well. It's from the store up in the pinned comments. Feel free. And yes, that's why I only ordered one sweatshirt. I wanted to make sure that it was good quality. All right, enough of shilling stuff. Let me see who's here. Sadie, sometimes good to see you. Rob Mines. We have Geek of All Trades, Leo Lustig, my man Yeti, that actually broke the news to me this morning about Tangem. Thank you so much for that. Mr. I don't know how to say that name. Olsen. I don't know how to say that. I'm so sorry if I just butchered that. Diesel, what's up, buddy? Leo Lustig, I think I might have said that. Nerd Beast, Patrick Murphy. Let's see. Alvidus, my man. Dan Ruggs is here as well. We have Kyle Rosa, Zapirate. Good to see you. Dumpster Fire. I can't wait to get that mug either. Your logo there. And Steven Cicero. All right, let's get into this, see what Bitcoin's looking like today. Everything's in the red, but to be honest, man, we're holding over 34,000. I'm actually kind of shocked that we're still holding this level. We have Ethereum at 1783. We have, let's see, BCH is 244. LTC is at 67 bucks. Solana is still holding at 32 bucks. Man, congrats to whoever got into this. I know my man Royce got some of this, so congrats to you, buddy. It's yeah, he bought it at like 20 something bucks. When I was saying at 19 we should have bought it, but I friggin' didn't, and I'm kicking myself in the ass. We have 7-cent Doge, 55-cent XRP. Let's check out Crypto Bubbles. This is on the week. Everything's pretty damn green on the week. Pretty much everything except for BSV, but who cares about that? We have the PP coin, 82.5% up on the week. Hex is 56%. We have Mina at 59%. Let's see, Gala is at 36.5. FTT, I don't understand why this token still exists, but it's up 21.8%. Let's check on the day, see what everything looks like. Neo is the top earner of the day. Let's see, what is it up? 13.8%. InGen, which is Injective, 10.2%. Flow, 3%. Oh man, yeah, everything else is kind of down. Hex is down 12.6%. I still want to know what's going on with that Richard Hart stuff. The founder there, the guy that likes to throw his money around and act like he's a badass. I want to know what's going on with his stuff. Let's see, Fear and Greed Index. Again, this is in greed finally. Now the last week has been in greed or so. I think it's been the last 3 or 4 days since we've been doing the lives. Yeah, the greed, when things are in greed, just be cautious because you could see a pullback, but 70% honestly really isn't that bad. It's really not that greedy. When you see this thing pinging high 80s, 90s, that's when you want to think about selling, at least in my opinion. And also, I do want to shout out to Mine the ASIC, the team over here. This is one thing we're going to be doing daily. Actually, you know what? Real quick, before we get into that, I didn't do the top 10 coins by CoinMarketCap over on CoinGecko. This is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, XRP, USDC, Lido Staked, Ether, Solana, Dogecoin, and Cardano. Dogecoin's in 9th. That's pretty interesting. We have 17th for Litecoin. Bitcoin Cash is in 18th, and Shiba's in 19th. All right, now let's get over to, again, Mine the ASIC. So huge shout out to these guys. Mr. Geek of All Trades actually put out a tweet, or whatever. I don't even know what you call it. You still call it a tweet now because it's X. He tweeted at them, and we let them know about the L7 profitability not being true, actually. So huge shout out to them for actually correcting that issue as soon as he tweeted. I should have just thought about that and did that earlier, but the L7 is way down here now. Unfortunately, the L7's only making about $4 a day. Again, mining LTC. It was XVG, but that coin, unfortunately, was all mined out, and I did drop a video on that if you guys are interested. All right, let's see. We have the brand new miner on the top, the Wind Miner K9. I don't know how I feel about this. I wonder if it's legit. I'm assuming it is. 10.3 terahashes on Caspa, only 3,300 watts. These units, man, like there is a lot of reasons why Caspa is probably gonna have a decent run up during the bull market. And I think, to be honest, I think this is one of them. The fact that new miners are coming out continuously, like it just hasn't stopped. We have the KS Pro now, a KS0 Pro, whatever it's called. I don't even know, it's on the list somewhere. Where is it? Let's see. I probably just went by it. Oh no, it's right here. KS0 Pro, which is 53 Caspa per day. Basically, you're getting $2.40 a day, right? These are both the same thing. I don't know, they just labeled them wrong. But regardless, like these, the KS0 Pro, we have the K9 now. Like there is just so many miners coming to market for this coin that, for one, it does make me nervous to buy the miner. I would rather just buy the coin, to be honest, at this point, because there's too many miners coming out. But two, like I just feel like the development isn't gonna stop for this coin. Like it's just pushing and pushing and pushing, and it hasn't had a shitty run at all. Like look at, real quick, let's go to Caspa real quick, and I just want to show you guys, like looking at this chart, still almost 5 cents. I mean, this thing's been holding up there for a while, but look at this chart. Look at this chart. Like it started way down here, and the confidence of this coin has never failed, ever. I mean, like obviously you're gonna have pullbacks, you know, dips and stuff, but it didn't have one of those major run-ups and then spikes back down like most coins, and then they're kind of just flatlined. It's continuously grown over the period of time. It's just, I don't know. I don't have any affiliation with Caspa. I looking at it more and more, it makes me like, shit, I want more. But anyways, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about that in the chat. I don't know. And Dynex obviously is another good one that I haven't looked at the chart, but we'll get into that another day. I love Dynex as well. And yeah, Bitcoin, obviously the tried and true. All right, let's get into the CNBC's television. Sam Bankman-Fried testifies in his own trial without jurors present, which is weird as hell. So I want to see what they got to say about this. If you guys are interested, please hit that like button. Appreciate you all. Let's get into it. At me in the chat if you got any questions.
Today, Sam Bankman-Fried takes a stand at his criminal trial, and Dave Weisberger of CoinRoots walks us through the ETF hype moving Bitcoin prices.
Yes, and it's one of the only coins that's done well besides Dynex in the
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sigalos, outside the courthouse here in New York City for the trial of Sam Bankman-Fried. Now, court's back in session after a week-long break, and prosecutors wrapped up testimony from their final witness earlier this morning. Now it's the defense's turn. They're calling on 3 witnesses. Crystal Roll, a former attorney for SBF, was called on to discuss a meeting in the Bahamas that Gary Wong testified about earlier in the trial. The second witness was Joseph Pimley, an expert who looked into how customer assets were used on the platform. But the main event is, of course, Bankman-Fried himself. As soon as he took the stand this afternoon, the jury was sent home so the judge could hear his testimony and decide what was admissible in court. It's now
That's so weird. Like the judge sent the jury home so they could hear his testimony first. Like I honestly think so. He is such a good manipulator, I guess, and I think that's the fear of the courts. If I'm not mistaken, that would be the only reason they would send him home, because like, you know, eye contact with the jury and making them feel bad and all this shit. Like for some reason he can do that. He could sway people like that. He paid them off, I swear, says Geek of all trades. I don't think that's the case, but you never know.
Debated whether Sam Bankman-Fried can use the advice of counsel strategy to say that it was the lawyer's fault. That's a strategy that the judge has pushed back on. Of course, you can find all the latest at CNBC.com, and we will bring you more on his testimony tomorrow. Okay,
Crazy.
Let's talk about what's happening in the crypto market today. Digital currencies are giving up some of the gains that they made in the past few days. Bitcoin is down more than 2% as of noon Eastern. Ether is down more than 1.5%, and Polygon's Matic token is down 3%. Even with today's declines, though, Bitcoin has faced a major rally as investors brace for a possible spot Bitcoin ETF. JP Morgan even said in a note on Wednesday that much of Bitcoin's recent gains are driven by institutions. Now, to talk a bit more about the excitement for ETFs and how it's driving prices, Crypto World's Jordan Smith spoke with Dave Weisberger, the CEO of CoinRoots.
Real quick before he gets into that. So Iguana Bites in the chat said, when mining Bitcoin with an ASIC miner, are we only solo mining the coin? I'm new to the ASIC world. No, you want to. So, I mean, unless you have like a really good ASIC or you have a bunch of ASICs, I don't recommend solo mining because, I mean, you could be spending all of this electricity and never hit a block at the end of the day. If you're pool mining, at least you'll get a cut of the the coin, right? Or of the block when you actually make the block in the pool. So I would pool mine. I wouldn't solo mine. That's just my opinion. I mean, you do have a chance, but again, you're totally gambling when it comes to solo mining.
I'm bringing you on to sort of check in on both the SEC and crypto right now. I think we have to start with the most recent rally around ETF optimism. What's your reaction to the rally itself and this growing investor demand for ETFs?
Well, it's important to contextualize what is going on. The fact is, a Bitcoin ETF will allow people who have basically felt unable to buy Bitcoin to buy Bitcoin. So my brother's a financial advisor, and he cannot right now put anybody into a Bitcoin position, even at 1 or 2% of their portfolio, because they have no way to hold it. Well,
they do have a way to hold it, but they don't want to hold it themselves because they don't trust themselves. That's a big factor there. And that's another reason why this BlackRock ETF is a good thing in a sense. It's a good thing and a bad thing, right? So it's good as in getting normal investors into the market, right? Like just, average Joe, little Timmy down the street that wants to buy Bitcoin and just doesn't trust themselves. That's awesome. But for us, it's kind of it's one of those things where, we want it to be decentralized, and BlackRock's kind of making it a little more centralized by them actually owning the Bitcoin. Because when you're getting this spot ETF, you're not actually owning the Bitcoin. You're owning the price of Bitcoin, right? Or a share of Bitcoin that they have, not that you have. So that's the slight difference there. But I overall think it is a good thing for the market.
Who are using brokerage accounts that are set up for estate planning purposes and security purposes, going into even Coinbase doesn't fit with that narrative. So it opens up the door to individuals. Institutions, it's even more important for. So it really is a very big deal for that. But it's also important as a signal in terms of how the asset class is going to get viewed. And just as important as the impending approval, which will happen, I mean, whether it happens this year or next year, almost immaterial. The trumpeting from the rooftops of people like Paul Tudor Jones is important. Larry Fink going on national television multiple times describing Bitcoin as a store of value is important, because let's contextualize where we are. Bitcoin at 37,000, 34,000, 25,000 is a tiny fraction of what Bitcoin could be if it in fact demonetizes gold. If in fact Bitcoin becomes digital gold and the store of value globally for a digital age, the price has to be more than an order of magnitude higher. So effectively, Bitcoin trades like an option on that potential future. And so it is really important to understand that, because we're used to looking at prices, and technicians look at these squiggles as very important. At the same time, we had a news story last week, and it was really interesting. Now, the news story is the story. There was a fake news story that came out of Cointelegraph, which said the Bitcoin ETF was approved. And in a snap of a finger, it rallied over $2,000, and it was continuing to move higher. And then almost immediately, people started saying this was crap. And it got retracted and got denied. What did that prove? Well, it proved a few things. First of all, it proves that if you're going to short Bitcoin, you better be very careful. You're picking up pennies in front of a steamroller. It is extremely dangerous. You will not be able to get your short.
That was a great analogy, picking up pennies in front of a steamroller.
Position back if a Bitcoin ETF actually is approved. That's the first thing it taught us. The second thing it did is it woke people up. We've had a market that you have to understand what 7 to 8 months of a trading range that is so narrow, and volatility of Bitcoin dropping. I just told you it trades like an option, Jordan. But it was trading not at an 80 vol, it was trading below 20 volatility, i.e. less volatile than the NASDAQ. If you take out a few 5-minute periods here or there where there was some gap activity, it was actually less volatile. What does that mean? Well, that means that speculators stop trading. That means that retail ignores it. It becomes a snooze fest, and interest in the market drops. At the same time, the patient buyers who are clearly there to buy every dip, and we've seen this over the last year and a half, are happy to stay patient because they can continue to accumulate. Now, what happens when you flip that switch and it becomes volatile again? Well, now you have speculators, now you have retail, and now those patient investors all of a sudden can't get filled. And so they have to ratchet up their level of aggression. And I think that's what we've been seeing over the last week and a half. Sure, the ETF is a big deal, but most people put it at like 95% probability. So it's really not just that. The demand hasn't gotten to the market yet, but those patient buyers that have been out there now have to become less patient. And I think that's what we've been seeing.
Obviously, we have to wait for the SEC to approve those ETFs before we know. But I also want to turn to the other SEC story right now, and that's the decision to request dismissal of the lawsuit of the Ripple execs Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen. What do you think of that decision, and does it hint at maybe a shift in the SEC strategy for how it tackles the industry? Are they retreating, so to speak?
Regrettably,
Real quick, before he gets into that, the ETF, the other thing that I think it made us all realize is that the ETF price bump isn't priced into the market already. Like, as we saw, $1,000 in the matter of minutes when that fake news came out. When this thing actually happens, I'm not going to be shocked this stuff goes to 45, 50K. That's just my opinion.
No. I think that had they continued to persist with that case, it would have delayed their ability to get to the real question, which is when, instead of the personal attack against Brad and Chris, which was kind of unprecedented in a way, they don't generally go after the executives of a company that fundraises illegally. Their assessment, their real core argument is that Ripple, when they fundraised for Ripple Labs by selling XRP, that was an investment contract. And if you look at the Torres doctrine, or what Judge Torres ruled and then reaffirmed in her denial of their latest appeal, her argument is really straightforward and frankly makes an enormous amount of sense to me, which is that there should be a trial, there should be something to talk about when Ripple Labs sold directly to investors and marketed that the investment will go up based upon the effort of Ripple Labs, that it constitutes an investment contract, even if XRP itself is not a security. That is the essence of that. And so I think this is more of an administrative decision in order to clear the way towards prosecuting and going after Ripple Labs for that. A lot of people in the crypto industry used to say that there was a phrase that got used, which we think was bad. When you hear founders talking about getting non-dilutive funding by creating tokens out of thin air, I think most people who are serious in crypto say that's a bad idea. That is not the same thing as an open source project using tokens to incentivize developers. That's a very different use case. But when you're talking about an incorporated entity selling tokens in order to fund operations, I think most people would argue that there should be some sort of structure around that. The problem that we have is that the SEC, their zeal for prosecuting is equally matched by their idiocy in not creating rules around how you would use this other asset class to fund yourself. So the disclosures for tokens don't exist that would be meaningful to investors. I mean, they need to be rewritten. And that's the essence of Commissioner Peirce's argument for the last 6 years, basically, or 5 years, which is we need new rules in order to safeguard investors. I don't think the SEC, until they hint that they're willing to do that, I don't think we can say that they've changed policy.
Okay, that's all for.
Shout out to that guy in CNBC television. And David, thank you for becoming a member. I'm glad that worked. It's weird you can't see that on the main channel though, because I can see it on mine. I was just looking through my settings. I'm like, maybe something's off, but it's not. All right, real quick. So we have a poll I'm going to put in the chat. Somebody needs help. So I want to know, is it the other one? Yeah, it's an S19, right? S19. It's an S19K, the other Bitcoin miner. So somebody's asking if we should, like, what would you do if you had the money, right? Would you buy or pre-order the S21 Bitcoin miner? Would you just buy the $3,800 of Bitcoin, or would you buy multiple S19? I guess was S19 Pros, maybe? Is that what they're called? I don't know. I'm just gonna put S19 Pro. Why not? All right, that's the poll. I would love you guys if you could help us figure out what to do, because I actually, you know what? So just to kind of elaborate on this a little bit, I was torn a bit on the Caspa miners as well. So the other night I told my VIPs, but this is a couple days ago, so I feel like it's okay to tell now. But yeah, so I swapped some Bitcoin when it was at 34 or 5 or whatever into Caspa. So what was it, like I think it was a little over 2K. So what I basically would have spent on a machine, I just put it right into Caspa, because I thought that's probably a better idea, right? Or a better I'd make more money that way. That's pretty much what it comes down to, right? How can I guess 2x, 3x, 4x my money easily? Or should I order this miner, wait on it for a month, and then hopefully be able to catch up and get my money back and pay the electric bill at the same time? It's like, there's a lot of factors to it, and I thought that was probably the best bet, just to buy the Caspa, but that was my own personal opinion. So I'd love to know what you guys thought about at least the Bitcoin miners here, either pre-order or whatever. And if you guys are interested in pre-ordering the S21, down in the description I do have Endless Mining's link. It's not like an affiliate or anything, but hopefully if I can help him push some sales, we'll maybe get one for ourselves. We'll see. But all right, let's get into this, guys. Sam Bankman-Fried takes stand without jury. This is just like a 1-minute clip. I want to see what they have to say over here. Again, CNBC television. We have like 2 more things here, and then we're going to get into Andrew Tate shitting on NFTs, which is going to be my favorite.
We've got some breaking news on the Sam Bankman-Fried trial. Kate Rooney's got the details. Kate.
Hey, Melissa. So court has wrapped up today. For today, Sam Bankman-Fried took the stand. He was testifying. No jury in the room, though. So this was, you can think of it as more of a dress rehearsal. We heard a little bit of what we're going to hear from the defense team. Sam Bankman-Fried was extremely calm, cool, collected. That was not the case when we just left the courtroom. The prosecution started their cross-examination. Sam Bankman-Fried was stalling. He was rerouting questions. The judge was extremely frustrated by that. He would sip his water bottle and try to take a second, ask follow-up questions to the prosecution. The lawyers there are saying this is going to take a lot longer if this continues. The judge saying that it was an interesting way of answering, sort of scolding the defense team there, saying that Sam Bankman-Fried needs to answer clearly. He did seem to be buckling under some of that pressure. Again, a little bit of a preview of what we're going to hear in the coming days. They're coming back tomorrow. He's going to take the stand again, and there will be a jury in the room. They'll be able to see that. But again, a very different scene from when the defense was going after Sam Bankman-Fried to the prosecution. He did face the pressure today when he was on the stand, but we're going to hear more tomorrow. Melissa, back to you.
So he was getting quite nervous, apparently. All right, real quick. So huge shout out, Dan Ruggs. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Let me see. He said buy horse coin and short Digibyte. I think he's trolling Retro Mike. I'm not sure what's going on there, but all right, let's go into this. This is another 3-minute 50-second clip. Sam Bankman-Fried taking the stand. Be an act of depression, says Danny Kevalos. Is that how you say his name? I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let me hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's do it.
Sam Bankman-Fried set to take the stand in his own defense, but the judge sends the jury home as they try to work out what lawyers are allowed to ask him. Let's bring in Danny Cevallos, NBC News and MSNBC legal analyst. Danny, welcome back. You know, it is relatively rare that a defendant in a case is put on the stand by his defense. What are the risks here, both for the defense and for the prosecution, in having to question and cross-examine this principle?
For centuries, the rule unofficially among defense attorneys is never, ever, ever put your client on the stand. But in the last few years, that trend appears to be moving in a different direction in high-profile cases. We have seen several high-profile defendants take the stand, some with some success, others with zero success. But in a case like this, where the federal government has built quite an impressive case against Sam Bankman-Fried, this may be as simple as an act of desperation. Now, the pitfalls for the government are that no matter how well versed the cross-examining attorney may be in the world of crypto and Sam Bankman-Fried's business, it is doubtful that he knows as much about the business as Sam Bankman-Fried himself. So there are traps for the unwary, as much as the government, I'm sure, is prepared to cross-examine SBF.
Danny, what about this particular move of dismissing the jury so that evidently the judge can listen to the testimony and figure out if he's going to, do himself too much damage before the jury?
No, in fact, this goes back to September. The judge issued an order limiting the kind of evidence that the defense could introduce. And one of those was the idea that the judge would determine on a moment-by-moment basis whether Sam Bankman-Fried could raise the issue of, hey, there were other attorneys around and maybe they sort of sanctioned this. And you can see from the letter that the defense wrote to the judge, they're really dancing around having to commit to what's called an advice of counsel defense, because there are a lot of minuses to formally raising that as a defense. So you can see they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. And the judge back in September said that I will evaluate this when the issue comes up because this is something that he has to hear out of the hearing of the jury, decide whether it's admissible, and if so, then the defense will be allowed to put it on. But the judge may conclude, no, this is the kind of thing that I ruled on back in September. This you cannot admit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Danny, but this advice of counsel defense, I think, has come up in the context of former President Trump's civil trial in New York City, where he is also presumably expected to take the stand. Am I right on that?
You are exactly right. And here's the thing about advice of counsel. If you raise that as a defense, there are a lot of very bad things that can happen right away. One of those is that you destroy attorney-client privilege, and so the government could theoretically call those attorneys to come in and say, hey, I heard what he said that I told him. I never told him that. That was not my advice. Now, that kind of testimony would be devastating for a defendant. So there are pitfalls to using the advice of counsel defense, and that is why you see SBF's defense really trying to straddle the line and sort of use a quasi-advice of counsel defense that, hey, there were these sort of attorneys in the periphery. We're not formally saying it's advice of counsel, but it was kind of unofficially sanctioned by counsel, maybe. The judge is probably not going to let them do that, straddle the line. He's probably going to make them commit one way or another or completely exclude the evidence after he hears it today.
All right, Danny, thanks very much. Always great to see you, sir. Danny Savalos.
Shout out to CNBC television. All right, so I mean, it's crazy. What do you guys think? Right, he's probably gonna go to jail for the rest of his life, if I had to guess. But honestly, prisoners that aren't really, I guess, violent can still access internet and stuff. Like they watch TV and do all this other shit. I don't really know. I've never been there, so but I don't know. I guess they were talking about him. If he actually has access to the internet, he will be perfectly fine in jail just because he's whatever. I don't know. I'm going to be shocked if he gets out, but I'm assuming he's going to be in jail for quite some time. All right, let's check this out. Altcoin Daily. Andrew Tate, go from $100 to 10 million in 1 year. Huge tip. I don't know how huge it's going to be, but we're going to see. We're going to find out. Let's do it.
And this is why all the dumb money ends up with us, the smart money. This is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
Andrew Tate shares his #1 secret trick to profit in crypto.
You know, if you want to make...
So regardless how you feel about Andrew Tate, to be honest, a lot of what he says is legit. A lot of what he says is legit. But yeah, this is definitely clickbait title and all that. But I guess he's being interviewed by some crypto creator or content creator rather. But yeah. Let's
make money in the real world, you have to learn skills along the way.
Go from $0 to $10 million in crypto in a year.
If you want to go from $0 up to $10 million a year.
And by the way, this is something that nobody else tells you.
I'll teach you how to make money for real, and then by the time you make $10 million, you're the kind of person who can easily make $10 million anytime they want.
Hey, if you appreciate this content, support us with a like, share this video on
like
social
button, guys.
media.
Appreciate
if
you.
you
Happy
receive
Friday.
value, others need to see this. If you disagree with Andrew's advice, comment below. I'd love to understand your why. So, Andrew Tate shares his amazing advice to do well in crypto.
Money doesn't change who you are, it amplifies who you are.
Go from $0 to $10 million in crypto in a year. First, you need to understand that Andrew Tate has a big problem with crypto, even more particularly NFTs.
Today we're going to talk about NFTs.
People tried to sell him on NFTs. He could have done it. He never did it. But listen to the way that he tells this story.
There was a time when very successful, rich people were trying to convince me to spend millions of dollars on a JPEG. And they tried.
I'm going to say right here, this is what made me want to watch this video today, because I feel the exact same way about NFTs. I think they're a goddamn scam. I think it's a waste of money, and I don't understand it. For different applications, certain applications, say like house deeds, car titles, medical records, things like that, when that stuff comes along and goes on the blockchain, perfect. Totally agree with it. Totally should buy into it. Whatever. Pictures of monkeys and bullshit, it's a waste of freaking money. It is an absolute waste of money. I can print every freaking JPEG that's out there with those bored apes on it, put it on my wall, and be like, that shit's mine. You know what? It's so bullshit. I don't understand it. I never will understand it. It's just a scam, at least in my opinion. Anyways, let's keep going. Actually, you know what? I do want to kind of kill this poll in the chat real quick. Mr. I forget who asked actually. What would you do right now if you had the money? Spend it on just buying Bitcoin, right? We have pre-order the S21 or buy multiple S19 Pros. Let's see what you guys said. I just ended the poll. So take the $3,800 and just buy the Bitcoin. That was over half of you guys, 54%. 30% said pre-order the S21 and 15% said buy multiple S19s. I agree with the take the $3,800 and just buy Bitcoin, but that's just me too. All right, let's do it.
Tried to explain to me that it's on the blockchain and it's one of one and you can see on the blockchain. Who the fuck is checking the blockchain for my JPEG, G? Who cares? $3 million for a Bugatti, fine, drive the Bugatti. $3 million for a JPEG. People can just copy and save the JPEG. No, but my JPEG's the real one. It's on the blockchain. Look on the blockchain. If you go to etherscan.com, bro, what planet are you on? Nobody gives a fuck about Etherscan, checking the blockchain. Even if I proved, after all, that I owned that picture, guess who would care? No one. Only nerds. It was a
only nerds. It's so funny. Dan Ruggs, thanks for $2 super chat. He said DK told me JPEGs are very secure. Yeah, right.
Circle jerk of nerds.
A circle jerk.
This is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Bruv. The fact you think that's worth money shows that you've always been a loser, and now you're just a loser with money. There's no real G on the planet who is spending money on those NFTs. Not one. I'm extremely wealthy, and I could have invested in the most expensive NFT, 3, 4, 5 million, whatever they were, and it wouldn't have even affected my bank balance, and I wouldn't have even cared. And I could have done it just as a, maybe I'll make some money, and I still didn't out of principle, because I refused to sell my soul to the god of geekdom. And here we are, 2 years, year and a half, whatever later. Who cares about NFTs? What'd you say? Yes, correct. Nobody. Nobody cares. As usual, I was completely right. Nobody.
It was a total fad. Let's be real. NFTs were a total fad last year. I don't know what's going to happen this year with them, but goddamn, or 2 years ago rather. Hysterical.
Andrew Tate continues, and this is the #1 mistake that too many crypto investors make, according to him. Most new people in crypto fail to understand this basic concept.
You know, if you want to make money in the real world, you have to learn skills along the way. If you want to go from $0 up to $10 million a year, you're going to have to learn how to deal with stress. You're going to learn how to deal with people, how to hold meetings, confidence, how to manage staff. You're going to have to learn things. By the time you get there, you're going to be a better person, not just because of the wealth, because wealth amplifies who you are as a man, but because of the lessons you learn along the way. Whereas if you make a whole bunch of money with crypto, guess what you learned? Nothing. You didn't learn anything. You are still a dork, but now you're a rich dork, which makes you a mega dork.
So
now you're a rich dork, which makes you a mega dork. Crypto Scotty, this is Altcoin Daily's video with Andrew Tate being interviewed by, I think, another crypto influencer. I'm not sure because they don't show him as far as I know, but as much as I've seen, this is this is it. Let's see, Mr. Crypto Frank with the $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. He said, it all depends on how much you pay taxes. You can purchase ASICS, write them off, and hide the BTC in a private wallet. Just need a good hosting company to make it easy and get it off your hands. Let's see, terrahosting.io. If you guys are interested, yes, terrahosting.io is my man, Mr. Crypto Frank is actually now the CEO of Terra Hosting. We have Hot Crypto Mining, the Mining King, and GPU Risers Vistang over there. They run this mining facility, and it's fantastic. That's where all my mining rigs are as of right now. Even though they're off, they're still there, and I appreciate them very much. So they did drop their electric rates, and it's amazing. But regardless, I don't recommend not doing things properly. I don't think that's what Crypto Frank meant when he said that, but just in general, you can use ASICS as a write-off. So I do agree with what he just said there. And Mr. Rood puts Top G, the real world, aka the Matrix dork. Appreciate the $2.49 super chat. All right, let's do it.
Andrew Tate's key takeaways here are that most people who make money in crypto buy low, sell high, which is great, they get rich, but you don't end up learning anything useful, or not too many things, to actually help you keep that money, retain that money, and grow as a person.
So I hope all of the people who invested in these NFTs lost all their money. I hope you're all desperate and poor. The great thing about people like that losing their money is they never learn any lessons along the way. So let's go back to what I said earlier about the fact if you make money in the real world, you learn lessons which can be applied to life. So if you make it in the real world, even if you lose it all, you can make it all again, probably easier because you're a better version of yourself who knows new things. Whereas if you make it all with crypto, which is basically gambling, you get lucky. You don't know anything new. And you certainly are not in the position to go and get a real job or work hard because you've once experienced easy money. So you're not going to wake up and think, I'm going to be a hard worker, money's hard to make. I'm going to be disciplined, I'm going to be motivated. No, you're not one of them. You just want to win another gamble. And you sit there and go, if I can just pull it off one more time, this time I won't be stupid with the money. If I could just do it this once more, I promise I won't buy NFTs. I won't buy JPEGs. I'll buy real things. I'll buy stuff that matters. I'm sorry, God, just one more time. Let me go on Etherscan or let me go and Pancake Swap and buy some shitcoin, please. Do a 200x this shitcoin, please. And they just lose everything. Everyone just loses everything.
Yes, he seems a little bit jaded. I know for a fact that crypto can change your life, that there is value in the crypto market as far as projects go. I mean, we follow the market every day. We show you this. If you're interested in upping your crypto game, staying in tune with the markets, making money in crypto, subscribe to Altcoin Daily. We give you an edge in crypto on a daily basis. Andrew Tate is right, though, that after you make your money, you better understand how to keep your money. Crypto can make you rich, but it can't help you make good life choices. Beyond that, yes, the rich invest in crypto, but they don't exclusively invest in crypto. They grow their money slow and safe. Andrew Tate explains this.
One of the coolest things about having loads of money, and people have been speculating about how much money I have, but let's put it this way. I have loads of money. Let's say I invested $100 million tomorrow. Chump change.
Did you say chump change? Did you just say that?
Put it this way. I have loads of money. Let's say I invested $100 million tomorrow. Chump change.
You did.
If I get a 10% return, that's 10M. Easy, done. I can get a 2% return, $2 million. Safe. Take it. Nice and easy. Simple. I can put it in ETH or Bitcoin, or I can do a bunch of traditional financial instruments and be a lot safer and more by the book. And I can put in 100 million. I can look for a 1% or a 2%. Guaranteed to get it, no risk, get my money back, get 2 million free, buy an apartment, boom, Aikido. Easy.
Shout out to Techman Ty. Appreciate you, buddy. We got the $5 super chat. He said, do your own research, not follow mega dorks or meatheads for the win.
But when you only have $500, you gotta pray for some mass extinction event. You can't just make 2% on $500. And this is why all the dumb money ends up with us, the smart money. This is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Because there's no such thing as free money. I make my 2% because a bunch of people lost money somewhere else. And the person who lost money is someone who put in $500 and managed to pull off a 4X, got up to $2,000. And he sat there and goes, if I could just get to $5,000, then I'll take it out, and lost it. Because you're very greedy when you're poor. When you're rich, you don't have to be greedy. You can be very sensible, very calm.
And here is...
That's where it comes down to removing the emotions from what you're investing in. When you invest a bunch of money, or like more than you're comfortable with investing, 90% of the time you're going to end up losing out because your emotions get the better of you. When you're either going up, you think it's going to continue to go up and then it pulls back down, or it pulls down before it gets a chance to run up, and you get scared and you puss out and you sell it for a loss, and then it shoots up. Trust me, I've been there. Everybody's been there. I'm sure it's one of those things. You guys got to remove the emotion if you're going to invest any type of money into crypto.
Another secret, he talks about how the rich buy things like crypto at times like this when the market prices and sentiment are both.
This is where we are right now, actually, I believe. Everything is pretty much, we went through this depression stage. I mean, you guys could see that all across YouTube, views and people's attitudes and everything else. And I think we're starting to get to the upward trend, which is like right here. It's getting here. I mean, we just seen it the past week. Things are pumping. Well, I mean, do that.
Both down.
People like me sit there and wait for all the brokies' dreams and aspirations to evaporate into the atmosphere. And we come along and scoop it all up and put it in our big money piles behind walls.
So this is really the main point that I think Andrew Tate nails here. This is something that most new crypto investors do not realize. This could be the difference between making and losing $10,000 in crypto to earning and retaining 10 million.
And you're still sitting there going, well, maybe this new collection of NFTs, maybe. Bruv, get a job. You should have had a job the whole time. You got lucky as fuck. Your luck ran out. You're trying to win the fucking lottery again. The odds of it happening are exceptionally low. You should learn some real skills and get a real job. You have to learn skills. You have to work hard. It's not like crypto gambling. You have to sit there and do lessons and learn things and pay attention and be disciplined and turn up each day and try hard. But I'll teach you how to make money for real. And then by the time you make $10 million, you're the kind of person who can easily make $10 million anytime they want. You upgrade your character as a person. You upgrade yourself as a man. You become a better version, a better avatar to navigate the video game. You learn Aikido. That is far more interesting than a crypto pump. Crypto pumps are what the lazy loser dreams of. I don't want to learn any skills. I don't want to pay any attention.
God damn it. I'm dreaming for a crypto pump right now. I don't know about you guys. Fuck, are we losers?
I don't want a strong network. I don't want to have to work with other rich people. I don't want to have a bunch of staff I have to manage. No, I just want to get some free money. Please just give me some money. Wah!
And by the way, this is something that's understood by people who have not only become rich because of crypto, but the people who have stayed rich in crypto. This is so simple, but this is so key. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. We dropped an interview just the other day, gave you this information. Chris Crypto drops similar knowledge here. And if you were to give a trader who wants to be as successful as you, just a little piece of, best advice, what would you tell them that they can get to that $1.8 million profit trade like you are at?
Well, first of all, I think it's very important not to aim for, because it doesn't work for the majority of people, and that's not what I'm doing myself even, not to aim for making a living out of trading just by trading itself. You should have a cash flow, let it be a job, you are an entrepreneur, you are adding value to the crypto space, something like that. And then this cash flow should be, in my opinion, put into a hodling portfolio, and a part of that, if you're willing to lose, you can trade with that and, of course, learn trading. That would be maybe a more reasonable approach.
So, to conclude, don't just think crypto or NFTs are going to be your ticket to gain financial freedom. Hey, they can make you tons of money. Don't get me wrong. We show you that every day. There's tons of opportunity in crypto. But you need to generate revenue too. You need to have income coming in. You need to be growing yourself, your business, whatever it is. Share this video on social media if you agree. Comment below if you disagree.
How long ago was this video? Shout out to Altcoin Daily for
Now
that.
is when.
Oh, God. What is this? What is this video? I kind of want to watch this. You guys want to watch this? I don't even know what it is. Is this his video? Yeah, it's his channel. 10 months ago? 10 months ago? I liked it. Did we, Let's see what this is. I'm sorry. I apologize if you guys don't want to watch this, but let's see what it is.
When you need to be panicking for money. Not when crypto was spiking and everyone was talking about it and every dummy was making money. Then it's too late. You need to be panicked now, make money now, stack your bags now. Stick to the basics. Ethereum, Bitcoin, the coins that are not going to go anywhere. You should be panicked now to buy as much Bitcoin ETH as possible so in 3 years you can guaranteed retire from life forever. You need to make a bunch of money now urgently, quickly, and start stacking a bag so when the all-time highs come again, you can sell out $25 million. If you make money now inside the real world and invest correctly, any one of you can be retired from ever working a matrix job in 3 years from now, guaranteed.
Now
that's the goal. waiting on the crypto pump. So he actually made a whole bunch of money on Bitcoin way back when. I'm not actually sure how, but or how long ago, but as far as I know, that's what he did. Let's see. D60, I've seen them all 2 times. Nice. All right, yeah, we won't watch that anymore. But yeah, that's it's kind of interesting. But I honestly, I feel the same way about NFTs. I can't stand them. They drive me fucking nuts. They make no sense. None. No sense. But yeah, he's not wrong, guys. I mean, you gotta invest in the proper ways. Like before I got into crypto, me personally, I ended up getting into real estate, getting into rental properties and things along those lines. So that was where a bulk of my investments went before I decided to get into crypto. It was just a smarter move because I feel like real estate is never gonna lose out, really. It's only gonna gain over time. Things just get more expensive. It's more expensive to buy houses. Like you guys can see it now. It's, if anybody's trying to buy a house, yeah, good luck. It's absurd. I don't even know how the interest rates are now, but I could just imagine how bad they are. But in general, it's like having rental properties just like a other source of income later on when you're retired. It's a good idea, so I don't know. But yeah, people can make money doing just about anything, and it's never too late to to learn a new trade or a new just anything trait, I guess. Let's see. People might not like the way he says things, but he's not wrong. Yeah, DJ, he's really not. Like, people either love him or you love to hate him, right? But he spits facts like 90% of the time. It's usually all legit, and it's kind of neat. Let's see. He's wrong if he's writing off every non-fungible token because a tiny subset of integrates digital art. Hold on. He's wrong if he's writing off every non-fungible token because of a tiny subset of integrates digital art. Are you trying? Well, I mean, he's writing off NFTs as like JPEGs, like fake bullshit. Sorry, I'm trying to like understand what you're trying to say. So again, NFTs, right? I don't think the technology is terrible, because it's not. It's really not. Technologies of NFTs could be great for house deeds, like, car titles. How many times have you guys, some people might not have had to deal with this, but if you ever lose a car title or you purchase a used car and you sign on the wrong freaking line, how many times have you guys done that and you've had to pay $75 to get a new title from the RMV? It's a pain in the ass, right? If you had some sort of technology where the title could be in and you just input your information into an NFT and submit it on the blockchain somehow, like that would be amazing. House deeds, same thing, right? You don't have to pay those stupid fees. I mean, I guess that'd be another fee, just be reminting a NFT, but regardless, I think it would be perfect so things don't get destroyed, right? Medical records are another thing that's a huge plus. If they ever got into the medical field, that'd be amazing. But monkey pictures, bullshit. It's all bullshit. All those NFTs that you could purchase and you just like put on the background of your desktop. I don't understand it. Makes no sense to me, but whatever. That's just my opinion. Land fixed supply. Yeah, 100 air. Absolutely. Let's see. Bitcoin is digital real estate. Exactly. So like Bitcoin, Ethereum, like the top two, right? I don't think they're going to go anywhere. Ethereum spot ETF is going to come shortly after the Bitcoin ETF does. So those two things are going to have massive pumps. And I mean, a lot of the small coins are going to follow behind or they're going to fall off. There's really just there's two options for a lot of things, right? To be honest, I'm way more bullish on Caspa and Dynex out of like any of the small altcoins. I guess Neoxa too. Neoxa is kind of I don't know. I really hope that the mobile gaming thing goes well and things go far for that coin, because I do like Neoxa. I like the idea behind it. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see where that goes. What does digital land look like? What can you do with that? Bro, digital, so like the metaverse stuff, right? There is apparently places, I don't know much about the metaverse, so don't quote me on any of this, but like apparently you can go to a place where you could actually build houses in the metaverse. You could like do all the electrical in the walls, all the plumbing in the walls, and you could sell this shit for like obscene amounts of money. Or you could 2 years ago. I don't know about now, but I don't even know where that place is. I have no idea how any of that works. If you guys know, please let me know. Crypto Frank said, Chump, BTC is a beachfront property. ETH is inland land. Yeah, dude, honestly, you're not wrong. That's a great comparison, actually, Crypto Frank. 100%. Totally agree. Let's see. CCXD, you can delete that hard in... You can delete that hard in the right corner. Delete that hard. What are you saying? What are you saying? I'm so confused. I don't know what you're saying. Mr. Rudputs. All right. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave you off with this. As always, it is Friday. We need to listen to the old Silk Road Bitcoin rap. Appreciate you all. Hopefully you guys have a great and lovely Friday. And until next time, I will catch you guys on the next one. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace, peace.
Yeah, I wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I'm gonna add crypto to my portfolio. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I got my crypto coming back soon. I'm back in the black too. Suck here in the bag. Now I'm feeling like a tycoon. Riding on a Lambo. You can live with FOMO. I've been through the dips. When it's low, I was buying more. Now I got my money on the blockchain. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Can't nobody stop my campaign. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. I'ma buy some Bitcoin, hold it like the big boys. Ride it to the moon on my Lambo or my Rolls Royce. Now I got these altcoins, they don't make the big noise, but they make the big rips. Call me crypto cowboy. Now I got my money on the blockchain. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Can't nobody stop my campaign. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Yeah, I wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I'm gonna add crypto to my portfolio. I wanna hold till I can't no more. Backyard garage, solar powered area. Spent a lot of money trying to mine that Ethereum. Boy, I got a habit, I'ma bounce right back. And I'm addicted, I become a cryptomaniac. You see, I got no stocks and I got no gold. I'm all in, all I do is I buy crypto. Wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hold till I can't no more. Yeah, I wish I could roll back time to that old Silk Road. I wanna hold till I can't no more. I'm gonna add crypto to my portfolio. I wanna hold till I can't no more.
Appreciate you all. Happy Friday. See you guys in the morning. Peace, peace.